Karen trespassed and claimed harassment. I showed the judge my security footage and won big. Have you ever had a neighbor who seemed to live for drama, turning every small issue into a full-blown war? That was Karen, my next-door nightmare, who stormed onto my property one sunny afternoon, screaming that I was harassing her when the truth was far uglier than her lies. It started innocently enough. I just moved into a quiet suburban neighborhood, a place where kids rode bikes and neighbors waved from porches. My little fixer-upper came with a big backyard, perfect for my dream garden. I spent weeks planting roses, lavender, and sunflowers, pouring my heart into every shovel of dirt. But Karen, the woman next door with a permanent scowl, had other plans. From day one, she'd lean over the fence, barking complaints. My dog barked too loud. My car was parked an inch too close to her driveway. My garden? An eyesore that was lowering property values. I brushed it off, thinking she'd tire herself out. I was wrong. One Saturday, I caught her red-handed. I'd installed security cameras after noticing trampled flowers and missing tools. Flipping through the footage, my jaw hit the floor. There was Karen, in her signature floral muumuu, sneaking into my yard at midnight. She yanked up my roses, stomped on my lavender, and even sprayed weed killer on my sunflowers. The next morning, she had the nerve to knock on my door, claiming I was the problem. "Your plants are attracting pests," she sneered. "I'm doing you a favor." I was livid but kept calm, warning her to stay off my property. Her response? A smirk and a flip of her hair as she waddled back to her house. The real bombshell came a week later. I found a legal notice taped to my door. Karen was suing me for harassment and emotional distress, claiming I'd been threatening her and invading her privacy with my cameras. She demanded $10,000 and a court order to have my cameras removed. My blood boiled. This woman had destroyed my garden, trespassed on my land, and now she was playing the victim? I wasn't about to let her win. I called a lawyer, a sharp woman named Lisa who'd seen her fair share of Karens. "Don't worry," Lisa said, eyeing the footage I'd saved. "This is a slam dunk. But here's where it gets wild." A few days before the court date, a new player entered the scene. Karen's teenage son, Jake. He showed up at my doorstep, looking nervous, his hoodie pulled tight over his head. "I heard what my mom's doing," he mumbled. "It's not right. She's been bragging about how she's gonna ruin you." My heart softened, for the kid was clearly embarrassed. Then he dropped a bombshell. Karen had been selling my stolen plants online, posting them on a local gardening group's Facebook page. He showed me screenshots of her listings, complete with photos of my roses in her garage. I thanked him, promising to keep his name out of it, and forwarded everything to Lisa. This wasn't just trespassing, Anna Maria, it was theft and fraud. Court day arrived, and the tension was electric. Karen strutted into the courtroom like she owned it, her lawyer a slick guy with a cheap suit grinning beside her. She took the stand first, dabbing at fake tears with a tissue. "This man has been terrorizing me," she wailed. "His cameras are pointed at my house. He's obsessed with me." The judge, a no-nonsense woman with steel-gray hair, raised an eyebrow but let her ramble. Karen's lawyer presented blurry photos of my cameras, claiming they violated her privacy. The room felt suffocating, and for a moment, I wondered if her act might actually work. Then it was my turn. Lisa stood, calm as a storm's eye, and played the security footage on a projector. The courtroom gasped as Karen's midnight rampage filled the screen, her yanking plants, spraying chemicals, even flipping off one of my cameras. Whispers rippled through the gallery. Karen's face turned beet red, her tissue now a crumpled ball in her fist. Lisa didn't stop there. She submitted Jake's screenshots, showing Karen's online plant sales, and a police report I'd filed after finding more damage. "Your Honor," Lisa said, "the plaintiff isn't a victim. She's a vandal, a thief, and a liar." Karen's lawyer tried to recover, stammering about context and misunderstandings. But the judge wasn't having it. She turned to Karen, eyes like daggers. "Ma'am, you've wasted this court's time with baseless claims while committing crimes yourself. Explain." Karen sputtered, claiming the footage was edited, and that she was protecting the neighborhood. It was pathetic. The judge cut her off, dismissing her harassment claim on the spot. But it didn't end there. Lisa had filed a countersuit for property damage, theft, and legal fees, and we won. Karen was ordered to pay $8,000 for my garden, cameras, and court costs. The courtroom erupted in murmurs as she stormed out, her lawyer trailing like a scolded puppy. Outside, I exhaled for what felt like the first time in weeks. Lisa clapped my shoulder. "Karens always think they're untouchable," she said. "But the truth has a way of catching up." I nodded, thinking of Jake. Without his courage, Karen might have gotten away with it. I sent him a thank you note and a gift card, hoping he'd find a way out from under his mother's shadow. As for Karen, word spread fast. Her online plant listings were reported, and the gardening group banned her. Neighbors stopped waving at her, and her house went up for sale a month later. Karma doesn't always knock so loudly, but when it does, it's deafening. Standing in my rebuilt garden, surrounded by new roses and sunflowers, I felt a quiet victory. Life's too short for grudges, but it's also too precious to let bullies win. Karen thought she could twist the truth, but she forgot one thing: the truth doesn't bend no matter how loud you scream. What would you have done in my shoes? Would you have fought back or let it go? Share your thoughts. I'd love to hear how you'd handle a Karen like this.